I concentrated on the Sylvia Likens case in the previous video, urging people to buy this book, The Bloodied and the Broken, that is on Amazon and that I wrote. Okay? I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things that are on there. This chapter 2 is about the honeymoon killers, Raymond Fernandez and Martha Beck. Raymond Fernandez was a con artist who, conned women out of their money by answering these Lonely Hearts advertisements. He was what's called a sweetheart swindler. He actually met Martha Beck, who was extremely obese, through one of these advertisements. They hooked up and they started committing swindlings plus murders together. They were boyfriend and girlfriend, but would introduce themselves as brother and sister. It's a very tragic story on a lot of levels, and there are some pathetic aspects to the lives of both Raymond Fernandez and Martha Beck, who was ridiculed a lot while she was growing up because of her weight, which was actually due to a thyroid condition. Okay, chapter 3 is about Fumika Komuro, a Japanese immigrant to the United States who tried to kill herself and did kill her children. She walked into the ocean with 2 small children, intending that they all 3 die. And people rescued her. They tried to rescue the children, but they couldn't. And then there's torture. Chapter 4 is Torture Murder Elizabeth Brownrigg. That was a case that occurred in the 18th century in Britain, which has some very odd echoes of the case of Gertrude Banaszewski's torturing of Sylvia Likens. And it's kind of odd because they have the echoes despite being separated by centuries and by the Atlantic Ocean, England and America. But it was about a midwife who did horrible things to her apprentices. Okay? And then we have the torment and tragedy of Jonathan James, a 10-year-old child who died from the way he was punished for having stolen something plus wetting his bed. Chapter 6 is called The Handcuff Man and His Victims. And it is about Robert Lee Bennett Jr., who tortured male homosexual prostitutes. And he was called the Handcuff Man because he would handcuff them to something to make them helpless. And chapter 7 has some larger implications. It's called The Baffling Brutality of the Briley Brothers. Bad Seeds Are Fearsome Family Secrets. And that is about some brothers who committed a series of spree or serial murders. And then chapter 8 is a little bit of a departure from a lot of the stories here. It's called How Violence Derailed the Life and Career of Barbara Payton. And it tells the story of an actress, a beautiful actress, a very talented actress, Barbara Payton, who went from getting $10,000 a week for acting alongside the likes of James Cagney and Gregory Peck to charging as little as $5 as a Skid Row alcoholic prostitute. Okay, and then we have chapter 9, which is The Children of God and a little prince named Davidito. And that is about a religious group that claimed to be Christian. They're now called the Family International. And for a while, they actually advocated sex between adults and children. And it is about what that did to the child named Davidito, later Ricky Rodriguez, who had a terrible childhood as a result of his being kind of this guinea pig for the beliefs of the Moses Berg, the man who ran the place. And the last chapter, chapter 10, is called The Brutal Burning of David Rothenberg. And the book is kind of bookended with the two saddest cases. The torturing to death of Sylvia Likens is chapter 1. And the last chapter, chapter 10, is about how a 6-year-old boy survived being lit on fire by his father. Okay, and I want to say again,